Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the Friday Night Rock Show one of my all-time favourite guitarists. Ladies and gentlemen, it is from the Tubes, Mr. Roger Steen. Roger, how are you, sir?
Hello.
Roger.
Thank you.
Right, where do I kick off? I want to start with who inspired you to pick up a guitar in the first place?
Well, I grew up with a guitar in the attic, and I grew up on a farm in the Midwest, and we had a guitar in the attic, and I always used to kind of plink around on it. But and I had an uncle that had a band. They toured around, and I always thought that was sort of a magical thing. And then, of course, I'm just like everybody else. We saw the Beatles, and that was when I really started doing it seriously, you know. So, yeah, I was the Beatles.
And then you were, at high school, two bands that got together and both moved to Phoenix,
right.
Am I right? Oh, no, from Phoenix.
That's right.
And then you moved to San Francisco, these two bands merged?
Yes, I had a band with Prairie and Mike Cotton and Fee Waybill, and we had another bass player. And Bill Spooner had a band, and that was called The Beans. And we both had a following in Arizona, and then we individually moved up to San Francisco, and eventually the two groups joined together up there. So, yeah, Bill and I went to the same high school. We were in physics class together.
So you tried to blow things up a lot. I have to ask you about the theatrical expressions that you used in the Tubes, because the first time I saw you it was at Nebworth, and you just took my head off. You guys, you didn't hold back, did you?
No, in fact, I think we lit the stage on fire.
It was crazy.
I remember the stage going up in flames. So yeah, that was all out on that one. That was with Frank Zappa too, wasn't it?
I loved that. I'm a big Zappa fan, so I got to see you and Zappa, and I think Peter Gabriel as well. There was just like a massive...
Peter Gabriel, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was an incredible show, but when you guys came on, you made it really intense. And I have noticed about when you guys play, you can take any sort of size of space and still fill it with your show. It's like you could turn up in a huge arena and go, okay, we can fill this with our act, and then you could turn up in a little tiny cafe and still blow the place apart. Are you doing that with your new band?
Well, I mean, we don't. My band, we don't do the costume stuff, and of course, I'm not Fee Waybill by any stretch. Just, we're it's kind of like my album. Or my CD. It's more serious. I didn't really know exactly how people would what the expectation would be, but these are just some songs I had, laying around for a few years, and I just felt like I needed to record them, and I did. I took all last year and just, went in the studio like once a week or every other week and just did a day and just slowly did it over the course of the year. And I think it's got a sound, So, yeah, my band, we play some instrumental things, and we do some of my songs, a couple covers, but no Fee Waybill hygiene.
But I must say, I've heard some of the tunes, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, Roger, when you sent me these three, when you first agreed to do the interview with us, and I thought, what if he sends us these songs and I don't like them? Yeah, what can I say? Luckily, I'm
They're
so
magic.
pleased. When I heard You're the One, it's one of those songs that hit me like in the chest, put a tear in my eye, and sort of made you hold your breath.
That was me, darling.
Oh, thank you so much.
That was beautiful.
That's great. Yeah, actually, that song was the one that kind of got me started because, my stuff is normally harder than that, and And I wrote this song, and I didn't really know what to do with it. And I'd heard about this guy, Robert Berry, that works in down where I live in the South Bay. And I just decided maybe this guy can help me to figure out what this song is, because it's so not like me, really. And so that was like the first song I went in, and we recorded it in the first day, and I just kind of slowly kept going back and did the record. But yeah, that song was actually the catalyst to start the whole thing.
I think it's a lovely song. Right, Roger. Every time if I think of the Tubes on a stage, and I think Roger Steen, you're always on the left of the stage, as far as I can tell, which I understand. Once a guitarist's got his spot, you like to keep it. So when I think of Roger Steen on the left of the Tubes, I think Stratocaster straight away.
I used to use a Stratocaster almost exclusively.
Yeah.
I still have it. It's a 57. Now I have a custom-made guitar.
Yes,
that I
please
use
tell us
in the
about.
Tube.
Is this the Wongo King?
The Wongo King, right?
Oh, tell us about it.
Built for me by a guy in Stockholm. Well, he designed it. We played in Stockholm, and this guy Mickey Stroberg, I think his name was, and he emailed me and said, "Would you like to play a guitar that looks like this?" He's some sort of a designer guy, and he sent me a picture, and I said, "Yeah." And then we talked about it over email and went back and forth, and I called all the specs on the neck and the number of frets and this kind of pickups, and he had a few things that he wanted in his design, but left it open for me to call everything else out. And then the next time we came back to Sweden, he handed it to me. I was like, what? It was pretty cool. I mean, the guy's super nice, and I can't thank him enough, because it's a beautiful guitar. And yeah, I use that one in the Tubes almost exclusively, because it gets me through the night. It sounds good on just about everything we do, and covers all the bases. It's got one volume knob.
One knob. That's very minimalist of you.
Yeah.
I gather, Roger, that you still are humble enough to still take guitar lessons.
I do. I haven't ever tried to teach, because I feel like I'd rather be taking lessons myself.
But you seem to be, when you play, you make it look effortless. It's like water rolling off a duck's back. It just comes off you so effortless. It doesn't look like you're ever having any trouble.
Oh, that's the booze.
Yeah, tequila, I think it was last time we saw you. Yeah, fair comment.
Gives the impression of fluidity.
Where it's the fluid, yeah, not the fluidity.
Right, Roger, when you're out with the Tubes, you've got your set list down
Yeah.
by your feet. When you look at your set list, is there one particular Tube song that you think, this is my one, when this one comes, this is the one I've been waiting for all night?
I always kind of look forward to "Don't Want to Wait Anymore," because it's kind of a moment that I get to stand out there and wail away, and then there's usually such a great response afterwards, and I feel kind of fulfilled in that.
It's a fine lead break.
Moment. So I look forward to that part.
Yeah, we do as
some
well.
Of the other stuff, kind of like, I like playing White Punks, but I mean, I've been playing that a long time.
It must get old, actually. What about your UK
But
plans?
we got to do it. We got to do that song. So what can you do?
Of course.
If you didn't, I would have to sneak up on you and kill you. But have you got any UK? Have you got any UK plans for the Roger Steen band?
I have sold some autographed CDs over there. I sent you a link. I don't know if you can put it on your Facebook page or whatever.
Yeah, we will do for you.
It's a little discount link for autographed CDs, but unfortunately the postal rates have gone up so much, so it's a bit of a I've been shipping some over there. It's pretty. It's nice.
Well, we're going to push your
Cool.
new album for you, Roger.
We certainly are, but we want you to come and tour.
Yes. Now, are there any plans to bring the Tubes back to the UK in the near future?
Well, we did have some dates this year. We were planning on coming back. We had some booked this summer because we played Leicester Square last year,
Yes, I
and
remember.
it was so much fun. And the guy was thinking he could put a little tour up for us, and so the guy was working on it and had a run for us, and then Prairie got hijacked by Todd.
As usual.
Yeah.
He put together this big tour, of 4 months, and it's hard to argue with steady work for the guy. So we kind of don't want to go tour in England without Prairie, so we postponed it. And as far as we know, we're still planning on doing it, but we have to move it down later in the year. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see the Tubes without Prairie. It's just not going to be the same for me. Not at all.
You can do it in our back garden.
Yes.
7 nights in Kendall and Stu's back garden.
10 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A free chili.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
excellent.
Prairie. I consider the Tubes Prairie's band as much as as much as you could think it's anybody else's, because really Prairie's like he's the Tubes, so.
Yeah, pretty much so.
It's really his band as much as anybody's.
For you, something we ask every rock god that we have on our show. What is your favourite fish?
My favorite fish?
Yep.
To eat, admire, or look at, or...
Oh, I like maguro. The red tuna.
No, I don't know that one.
Ooh, Stuart's looking very interested now.
What's it called?
Maguro. That's the red tuna you get at a sushi restaurant.
Wow, maguro. Right, I'll make a note of that one. We've
Yeah,
not had
because
that before.
Stuart is a sushi chef as well. So he's going to be right in there looking at that.
So, Roger, thank you very much for doing the interview. Best of
Well,
luck
thank
with your
you.
new band,
We will be playing some of your tunes when this goes out.
which will be next Friday. We'll play the
It
3
will.
tracks that you sent me, which I think they're all marvellous.
Magic. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your hands together? The
For
one and only Roger
Roger
Steen.
Steen.
Roger, thank you very much. Sound bites.
Thank you. Thank you.